Hi everyone. Have you ever wanted to learn how to quilt? Ever wished you had a best friend sitting beside you? You want to learn different tricks or tips to improve your quilting or just to get out of the box? Stick around. This is the place to be. Hi, welcome back. I'm Rosa Robichaud with Rosa's Quilted Garden, and I personally have started to quilt since 2004. And I've sewn a lot of seams, and trust me, I have ripped quite a few. Chances are, if you made that mistake, trust me, I've probably made it as well. And usually, it's like everyone else. You stay in your comfort zone, just do the same thing. Well, in this channel, yes, I will be showing you some of my favorite techniques, and we'll be exploring, but I'll also be coming out of my comfort zone, and hey, you'll be able to watch whether it works or not. So without further ado, let's go into my sewing room here, which is not a fancy schmancy studio by all means. And I'll show you my favorite cutting tools and my ones that are, well, not so favorite. See you in a bit. Hi there. Nice to see you back again. I haven't lost you so far. So here are 3 different cutters. I'll go over them just a bit there to show you how they work. They're completely different styles. This is your basic Fiskars cutter, and I started off with this, and I'm right-handed, but as you can see here, you can put the blade on this side instead of that side, along with this orange gadget here, so that it becomes a left-handed if you prefer. But for this purpose, I will have to use my left hand. So what you do is, to get the blade out, is you push the orange button here. You see it's really, really sharp. And then you cut along your ruler here, as so, and it rolls. And it's your basic cutter. I think I got this with a Fiskars ruler, part of a package deal at Walmart in the US. And you have your orange button here, and that's to sheathe your blade. So you push to roll, cut, and push the button in. Now, I am a great one for when you put your cutter down on the table, when you're finished with it, put your blade away right away, because there's nothing worse. Your blade will hit something and it'll get dull, or worse, I've heard of people where the cutter fell off the table, and they were quilting in bare feet or in sandals, and it made a huge gash on the top of their foot, and it was quite painful. So once again, push your orange thing out. You get your blade to cut the fabric against the ruler. The minute you're finished, put it down. Push the button in. Your blade is safe. Now that's one that I started with, and I have to tell you that it works great for the most part. I was doing this project with Bonnie Hunter, and it had a lot of little pieces. And towards the end of the project, my wrist really, really hurt. And I would say it was damaged for a bit. And I didn't want to get any, go to the doctor, say, how'd you do it? Oh, it's from quilting. And he'll say, well, just stop quilting. Not possible. So I just let it rest for a while. And I did some research, and I came up with a better style. Now, here's another option. Hubby likes this one. When we're cutting fabric together, what you do is you put pressure on it, and the blade comes out. Now, once again, I'm going to have to do this on the left hand. But as you're pushing down, the blade comes out, and you lift up, and the blade retracts, which is nice. You don't have to worry about cutting yourself or anything, and it works great as well. We had a hard time getting used to figuring out where the blade should go. It should go up snug against the ruler. And once again, as soon as you lift up, the blade gets hidden. This is my baby. Cost a bit more. It's an ergonomic cutter by Martelli. And these people are so good that at one point, one of the inside mechanisms was worn out. It wasn't cutting properly, and I had hubby take it apart. And he said, that part's all worn out. He said, you can't fix it. And I said, well, I'll write to them and see if they can't send me the part. So they wrote back, and they said, what's the model and everything else, and send us a picture of the part that's worn out. And I did. And they said, the part's on its way. And I said, how much does it cost? They said, oh, no, it's free. Wow, was I ever impressed. So it's a big shout out to Martelli. Certainly, this is my first video and they haven't paid me to sponsor their product yet. But it's my very favorite. And as you can see, it's ergonomic. It's a weird little ducky. You hold this in the bottom of your wrist. I don't know how to show you this. And you put your finger on top. And the way you cut up against your ruler. So automatically the blade is sheathed in. Okay, as you can see here. So as you roll, the blade is going to, that red thing is going to come up. And the blade's going to stick up. Now, there's a little red thing here that automatically you take your finger, slide it down, and oops, and the blade is hidden. So you roll it. That red thing rolls up. The blade comes out. And then you shut this down to protect it. It's like an automatic thing. I will cut with it, finish, there you go. Cut, take my finger, shut it down, roll to cut. Finished, and I put it down. Now, as I said, it's a weird looking ducky. I don't know how to explain it to you, but you go on Martelli, Martelli. Apparently, they also have a cutting board. I don't have that. I don't know if it would make a difference, but I know this thing has saved my wrist many times. I just wanted to send out a shout out to Fiskars. We also had a cutting board. Not this one. This is OmniGrid. But we had a Fiskars cutting ruler. My very, very first one. And it was so old that the numbers had worn out, as well as some of the lines. And I wrote to them because I thought, I heard that Fiskars were guaranteed. Well, sure enough. They said, send us a picture of the ruler and we'll send you a new one. I don't know if they still do that, but just to tell you, if you have a Fiskars, any product of Fiskars, give them a shout out if there's a problem with it, and hopefully they'll be able to help you out. Now, what we're going to do now, I'm going to put this ruler aside here, and I'm going to show you a few of my cutting tools, my cutting scissors. You know what? A while back, I'm embarrassed to say this, somebody had asked on the internet for the quilters to state how many scissors they had. And I think at the time I might have had 2 pairs. And the kitchen scissors. And hubby might have had one in his workshop. Well, oh my gosh. You would not believe the quantity of scissors these ladies were applying to. And I was going, what the hey? So in the meantime, this is it back probably 2004, 2005, when I started quilting. In the meantime, I've since, for whatever reason, collected scissors. So this is a pair that my cousin gave me. I absolutely love the color on these. They have a cute little plastic cover. They're little snippets, like for thread, when you're embroidering or even sitting at the sewing machine. You need to cut threads. It's an excellent thing, and it goes cute little protector thing. It snaps on and stays on. It's safe. Then I have these other little snippets. They don't have a protective cover. I don't think so. If I did, then it's all on gone. But I usually keep these in my embroidery pouch. Then I have these cute little ones here, also in my embroidery pouch. It's not that I lose them or I find one is better than the other, but it's always good to have lots of pairs, right? Now let's get into the bigger ones. Well, some ones I call big. I call these the duck bill. The duck bill scissors. And what happens is when you're cutting fabric, and you want to get really, really close and not cut the fabric, it protects it. This duck bill here. So you'll rarely, if not, cut any fabric, but you'll cut the loose threads on the top. Excellent pair of scissors. They're quite heavy as well. They're heavy duty. Really good scissors. Another pair of scissors that are good to have. These shearing scissors, I think it is. I've used these a lot when I was doing felt ornaments, and I wanted the ornaments on the outside to be zigzag, I call them. I don't know how you'd call them, but these are good scissors as well. Mind you, some of these scissors cost a pretty penny, but if you look after them well, they will last you. Now, these are my everyday scissors. They're Henkel's. They're not too bad. They do the job. Cutting fabric, cutting little snippets, whatever I want. And I've also attached this little leather thingy with a ribbon. It's actually a measuring tape on the leather thing. And I will take this to retreats when I take classes. So nobody will say, oh, these are my scissors. They'll say, oh, look at that thing. That must be hers. Or certainly not mine. I didn't put that at the end. So I would recommend you put a little doodah, the kind that doesn't bother you when you're cutting. So you make sure the scissors come home with you. Now, these little scissors came from a friend of mine. Hubby went and put little eyes on them too to individualize them. And once again, these are excellent scissors for embroidery, for cutting little threads, snippets. And I believe, oh gosh, I forget the name of whose these were for. They're called, it says Elan on the scissors. But they're cute. They're not very big. There you go. That's about the size of them. And they're very light. And they are sharp. Now, Jenny Doan on Missouri Star Quilting, she had recommended these. These were on sale. Very heavy. They're dressmaker scissors, I think she had called them. And, oh my gosh, they cut like a hot knife through butter. Excellent pair of scissors. If you're looking for scissors to cut, fabrics, like quite a bit of fabric, and they come with a cute little case. And they're ginger, I don't know how you pronounce that. But anyhow, very, very nice pair of scissors. Now these ones, you might not have ever seen these before. These are very different. Let's put these aside here. These are called batting scissors. It's when you need to cut a lot of batting, and you'll be able to follow the line here and cut your batting. This looks like a fish fishing away, doesn't it? Swimming away. Well, that's how you would do that. Scissors to cut batting. So I guess, oh, and look, hubby went and put eyes on those too. So I guess there's a pair of scissors almost for every job. So once again, I've gone quite the distance since 2004 when I had maybe 1 or 2 pairs of scissors. Anyhow, this concludes my cutting tools. And let's get back to the kitchen again, or my studio where I'm filming. So we're back again in my little kitchen. I've showed you my favorite cutters. Now I'd like some work from you. If you don't mind, please subscribe. Hit notifications as well. And as soon as you hit notification, there's a tiny little bell that's going to show. Click on that and you will be advised every time I upload a new video, which I'm hoping to do once a week. And also, if the spirit moves you, I'd appreciate that. And please do share. This is how I'm going to move forward, and it's going to encourage me, and I can only get better from here. And I love sharing with you. Also, here's another thing I'd like. Comments. If you don't mind, leave me a comment. I love comments, and I will try to reply to each and every one of your comments. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a question of the day. How's that? Oh, that was a thunder clap. I don't know if you heard. It's lightning and thunder out here outside. Anyhow, if you cut the piece of fabric the wrong way, or, I don't know, you prick your finger with a needle, and instead of saying those very special little words, I want to know what your sentence enhancers are. That's what we're going to call them. Sentence enhancers. If you send me your sentence enhancers, I will try my best to use them as, I don't know, as I'm doing bloopers, as I'm working on a quilt pattern to show you. So that is about it. I do hope you subscribe and you notify and all those wonderful things. And we'll catch you later next week. So on and so forth. Bye now.